Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. A very good day to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday morning, the match day. Super Eagles of Nigeria, let's go and get the job done. Go and get the job done, Super Eagles of Nigeria. Get the job done for Nigeria. Be proud of stepping out on a pitch and deliver. Benin Republic, they are there. They are fully prepared. It's their first time qualifying for the World Cup, and so they are taking it quite serious. They are not joking. Benin Republic want to go to the World Cup for the first time. And don't forget, this is about Canada, US of A, and Mexico. Get out there, Super Eagles of Nigeria, and get the job done tonight. We are behind you. Listen, forget everything. Forget all the banter between Ghana and Nigeria. It will be beautiful that Ghana will be there, Nigeria will be there. Even as Ghanaians are celebrating, it will be beautiful Nigeria. I know, you guys even want to qualify. Nigeria even want to qualify. And once Nigeria qualifies, the first people to attack, to have the banter on this platform, on social media platform, Twitter, X, or whatever, and everywhere is going to be Ghana. But hey, look guys, it will be a joyful thing to see Nigeria qualifying tonight. The point is that right now as we speak, it is not all solely in the hands of Nigeria. Let's just say Nigeria goes into the game tonight and wins by 3-0, 4-0, right? Yes, we will be very excited. But once Nigeria wins by 3-0, 4-0, then South Africa is beating Rwanda by 1-0. Just 1-0. South Africa beating Rwanda by 1-0 at the other end. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4-0, the 5-0 it will still not count. It will still not count. That is my only worry here right now. And also, let's just say Nigeria wins and Rwanda wins. Then Nigeria can have a lean way out. Another scenario, Nigeria plays a draw. South Africa loses. It is still not enough for Nigeria to go through. Anyhow you want to do the calculation tonight or today, the only option for Nigeria right now is Nigeria winning heavily and Rwanda doing Nigeria favor by beating South Africa in South Africa tonight. That is the only option. South Africa must lose. Then only any win could help Nigeria. You may score 7 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals. Yeah, that can turn the table around in terms of second best placed team. Second best placed team, yes. Second best placed team. Apart from that, and hey, do you know, as we speak, Cape Verde are already through to the World Cup at the expense of almighty Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, at the expense of almighty Cameroon, Cape Verde are already through. Cameroon, looking at the calculations right now, they have already qualified for second best placed team. Yes, they have already qualified for the second, so they are going to play the playoffs. Cameroon are already booking, they've already booked their position for the playoffs, second best placed team. But Nigeria tonight, do us a favor. Do us a favor, get a job done whilst we wait for the results from the other end. It is what it is. It is what it is. What else can I say? Unfortunately, my favorite player is not playing tonight. Ademola Lookman. My best player, not Osimhen, my best player is Lookman, Ademola. And due to suspension, he was at the training ground yesterday. You can see him. He's not wearing training outfit. Because even if he trains, it not help. He's only there to motivate the other guys. It's rather unfortunate. African best will not be playing in this game. In fact, that alone, it's affecting me. Lookman, for me, he is the best player in that squad. For me, he is the best player in that squad. As you can see right there, Cape Verde is in the finals of the World Cup. Yes. Whilst Cameroon is second. Cape Verde have 23 points. Cameroon have 19 points. No, there is no smaller teams again in football. All these teams, Lesotho, Rwanda, Cape Verde, that small island. Cameroon is one of the giants of football in Africa. Whereas Cameroon is at the same position as Egypt, Ghana, and even Nigeria in terms of football on the African continent. Yes, they are 5-time champions. Ghana is 4-time champions. Egypt is 7 times champions. Ghana, Cameroon 5 times champion. Ghana is 4. Cameroon is 5 times. Then Egypt 7 times. So Egypt is the highest. Before the rest, Nigeria and the rest follows. You know, Nigeria I think is about 2 or 3 times. Yeah, 3-time champion. And so Nigeria, even if you fail to go to the World Cup, you focus on the AFCON. Make sure you win the AFCON and get on par with Ghana. Thank God Ghana is not there, so you have the right to fight for it and win the trophy on AFCON and get on par with Ghana in terms of African football. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's get back to Chelsea. If there's any other thing about the World Cup qualifiers, maybe along the line, I'll still chip it in. Moise Caicedo has separated from his agent and Ali Barat. Yes, Moise Caicedo's agent that he's been working with all these whiles, Caicedo has decided to separate with his agent. And Ali Barat, for the people that he can trust, that is a word used here. Does it mean that there's a trust issue? We understand a few months back, there was an issue of Chelsea giving him a new contract. And all of a sudden, we've not heard anything. Is it that the negotiations, the way things were going, he didn't like it or what? Fabrizio Romano revealed there were discussions of a new contract earlier this year. I mean, in the summer. I wonder if this has any implications. Yeah. Because the word is, he has separated from and no longer represented by his former agent, Manuel Sierra of Football Division Worldwide. And he is not represented by Ali Barat of Epic Sports. We all know Epic Sports is owned by Ali Barat, right? Yeah. The contract ended on August 14th. His contract with the previous agent ended on August 14th, 2025. And the player has now appointed people that he can trust. That word is very, very important for me. People he can trust. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, Chelsea continue to run a competitive process for a new front of shirt sponsor. We understand. Chelsea are continuing to negotiate with various, companies, entities for a good deal in terms of front of shirt. We are almost midway through in the season, and Chelsea are still playing with that front of shirt sponsor. Now, we are beginning to understand the reason behind all this. Chelsea won between 60 million to 65 million pounds a year or a season for the front of shirt sponsorship deal, and they want a long term. Chelsea wants a long term. At the same time, due to the UEFA sanctions, many of the so-called clubs are hesitant. We understand. There are many offers. Chelsea received several offers, but the club remained focused on securing the right long term. The target deal value is 60 to 65 million. But the report we are receiving suggests that the 74 charges facing the club could be delaying the final approval from potential sponsors. It's like the sponsors, they are a bit skeptical. We might go into this deal and then next season Chelsea will be sanctioned and maybe relegated. Right now you're in the Champions League. You might be sanctioned by UEFA and you lose your position on the Champions League place. Or you might be relegated even to the Championship. So what happens to the contract? So I've heard many who have suggested, oh, Chelsea, they could put in a clause. But hey, those are all legal terms that comes with a cost. Those are legal terms that comes with a cost. So clubs are looking at all these things, and it's very likely, very possible, these are the reasons why Chelsea are not able to secure the deal yet for front of shared sponsor. I would have thought that just like we did last season, we played is this 7 games. We used Denmark. Denmark, I love the print in front of the shirt. I love that, and I would have wished that Chelsea can just go in for Denmark from now to the end of the season. Of course, the money was big, and hey, Denmark also sold properties in the name of Chelsea. Within 48 hours, Denmark made over 100 million. Denmark, is it a billion? Over a billion. Within 24, they sold all their properties that were listed within 48 hours. Because Chelsea was involved. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, quickly. We understand our game against Nottingham is an away game, right? So Chelsea are going to be wearing the green pants, the green pants. Yes, Chelsea will wear the white away kit with the green pants, as you can see right there. I think this is one of my favorite shirts. White with the green pants is what Chelsea will be wearing for the game with Nottingham Forest. Ladies and gentlemen, now quickly I'm about to run up players that are currently training at Cobham. As you can see there, Fofana is back. Oh, I'm being told that my screen is rather there. But why you guys this is here. I told you guys always every time you rather face here. I know. Anyway, as you can see right there, that's Wesley Fofana. Yes, he's on the field training alongside Trevor Chalobah. Both are training. Trevor has already served his 1-match ban for the red card, right? Yes, and West was recuperating from injury. Looking at it right now, it seems like Wesley is getting back. He's getting back and very likely to play against Nottingham Forest. Very likely to play against Nottingham Forest. Well, we don't need to be worried about anything. The players are ready to get go, quickly. Champions League will be launched, or Champions League will launch a new standalone fixture. Champions League, they are taking it to a different level. UEFA are taking Champions League to a different level, and they are about to launch a new fixture, which may feature an opening ceremony, just like the closing ceremony, the final game. Yes, they want to launch it, which will feature an opening ceremony as part of plans to boost revenue. From 2027 to 2028 season, the competition will start with the defending champions taking on an opponent at home in the opening match on that night. Yes, and that will mean that will be the only game. That will be the only game that will be played that night. Just like how the finals are being played. Look, these guys are doing everything possible to monetize football. I don't think this move is necessary though. But it's just an avenue to get more money. Yeah, from the system. Because there'll be sponsors. And guess what? Chelsea fans, funny enough, we might end up being the first club to play that game at home. It's always on our side. Just like we were the first to win the Club World Cup, the newly Club World Cup. So we might just end up winning the Champions League this season, next season, and 2027. It's very likely we need to renovate our Stamford Bridge as soon as possible. Yes, by then Stamford Bridge. If you want to do the expansion, by then we should be able to finish so we can host it. That would be beautiful. What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Now, a little bit on the Stamford Bridge redevelopment project. A little on that. Let me see if I can get you something on this. What do I have on the Stamford Bridge redevelopment project? Do I have it here right now? Let me see. I'm sorry. I think I don't have it here. But oh, look, well, the truth of the matter is that plans are still ongoing for the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge. Though there is also a slight opportunity for Chelsea to build a new stadium at Earls Court. According to the latest report we are receiving, Earls Court still has a space if Chelsea had to build a new stadium, brand new stadium. The challenge there is that there is still not big to build that 70, 80,000 capacity, 90,000. And Stamford Bridge right now, it can only be expanded to about 45, 48,000. Highest could be 50. So, well, I'll get the full details on that and I'll let you guys have it. I will let you guys have it. Quickly. Let me say this before I go quickly. This is about Ghana. We are already in the World Cup. And the news we are receiving that Callum Hudson-Odoi and Edin Ketia want to play for Ghana in this World Cup. Look, that will not happen. We will protest it. We can accept them. Yes, we can accept them, but they will be prepared after the World Cup, the African games that will be playing, the next African Cup of Nations, then they will partake on that. So coaches can take note of that. They can accept them. Let them switch their nationality, yes. To become fully Ghanaian football, players. Yes, we agree. But they can only be on standby, not to play in this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly. Di Matteo on Enzo Maresca. Di Matteo is the coach that won Chelsea the first Champions League trophy in 2012. He was an assistant and he took over when the substantive coach was sacked. He played only 3 games. He played 2 and got to the final and won the final at Munich, Bayern. Yes, Allianz Arena. Now in 2012. So those of you that are old enough, you know what I mean. And he's an ex-player. He was a former Chelsea player. And ladies and gentlemen, he's an Italian. Roberto Di Matteo is an Italian. And Enzo Maresca is an Italian. And this is what he said. He said, the head coach is doing a great job. Sometimes I speak to Enzo. We are both Italian, so there is no language barrier. He doesn't need any advice. He knows football very well. He's very well prepared. He's got a lot of knowledge. These are Italian teammates. They play together in Italian national team. They know themselves. So he has his number. Guys, on that note, Super Eagles. I will come back later in the day for more exclusives on Super Eagles. Let's see how the preparation will go today. I'll be back. I'll see you guys. Shalom and peace.